Hey guys, it's Laurie, and I'm here to do my June candle empties videos or video. Um, yeah, it's been a while. There's been a lot going on, not happy stuff. So I've been doing hauling. I haven't really felt like making videos. Um, Anyway, I'll give you an update after I finish the candle review stuff, just in case you're curious and but you don't want to hear about any of it. So, okay, so here is what I finished for the month of June, and also a couple of things that I've managed to finish at the beginning of July. Yeah, they're done. They're in my box. I'm just going to go ahead and include them, even though I technically didn't finish them in June. But I did meet my goal of finishing 12 candles in the month of June, so that's good. And yeah, so here's what I have. Okay, so I just finished this 3-wick tumbler from Yankee in the scent Blue Summer Sky. I like their 3-wick tumblers, and I don't like their 3-wick tumblers. This, okay, let me think of how to describe this. This scent's very perfumey, and I actually don't like it in this style candle. I prefer, like, the wax melts are fabulous, but there's something about the scent of this. I don't know if it's because it's the smooth wax, if there's a difference, but yeah, I actually prefer the wax melts. And yeah, as far as the tumblers go, the smooth wax ones burn so fast. The paraffin ones burn very slow. They tunnel a lot. But like, they have, to me, the most reliable scent throw. Like, they're the strongest. Doesn't seem to matter whether it's the smooth or the paraffin wax. They throw really well. So anyway, but yeah, they're not easy to get a hold of. You can really only get them at Bed Bath & Beyond and I think the outlets. So but yeah, I wouldn't repurchase this again. I stocked up on the tarts, so that's good enough for me. I have another 3-wick in red raspberry. And this scent, I don't know, I'm on the fence about this one because for me, the best raspberry scent out there is Yankee's Raspberry Cream, which has been discontinued for a long time. A couple years ago, it came back as a treasure. I absolutely love that scent. It is just an amazing, like, rich and creamy raspberry scent. And this is almost like it. But instead of having, like, the raspberry scent is the same, but instead of having, like, a creamy note, really, this has a touch of something that almost smells like perfume or floral or something. Yeah, so this one is just okay for me. And again, burned pretty quickly, but you can see in general, like, I've never had trouble burning the smooth wax 3-wick tumblers. Actually, I haven't burned that many of them to, like, really say that's the case with all of them, but I don't know. The 2 that I have been good. Then I have this one, and this is a Pure Radiance in the scent White Tea. I actually have a little bit of wax left in this one, but, you know, I'm just not crazy about this scent. It smells like a white tea scent, similar to Bath & Body Works White Tea and Ginger. I actually prefer, and it smells like the London Tea and Lemon candle from Bath & Body Works without the lemon. And I actually prefer London tea and lemon to this one. So I don't really feel the need to have this one. I know a lot of people really like this one, but for me, it was nothing special. I have a large jar in lemongrass and orange. This scent really intrigued me, but it's so weird because it doesn't smell, it smells citrusy, but it smells so close to sun-washed linen. This is maybe a little bit more astringent because of the citrus, but yeah, it just smelled so similar to that. To me, it's more of like a laundry type of scent than it is like a fruit. In fact, it does say fresh on there, doesn't it? So, was a little bit disappointed in that. I finished this 2-wick tumbler in Beechwood. This one, what year is this? This is when they first changed to the smooth wax in the tumblers, but they hadn't kind of slimmed down the jars yet. This is a 2011? Yeah, 2011 pour. And at first I did enjoy this scent, but the more I burned it, the less I enjoyed it. It is a peppery, sandy kind of scent. It's pretty unique, I will give it that, but it's not the kind of thing that I want to have scenting my house for a long period of time. So, I was kind of ready to be done with that and see that gone. I have Stargazer Lily. This is, to me, one of the most authentic floral scents that Yankee does, and it's one of the few that I actually enjoy from them. Some of their others I find are too cloying. I can't do lilac blossoms. I hate the hydrangea one, blue hydrangea. They just, to me, they smell so artificial. But this one's actually pretty nice, and yeah, it was like a marathon trying to finish this thing. I had stocked up on a bunch of tarts that I found one year during the semi-annual sale when the store by me was still open. They had a bunch of them, and I got a ton. So I was going through them as I was burning this candle, and I finally got through. I want to say I must have had probably about 15 of them, which is crazy for me. Yeah, I don't know. I would have thought that I would have liked to have held on to this candle for a long time, but I don't know. I was just ready to be done with that one. This is Margarita Time, and I used to really like this scent. It's kind of a different scent from like other lime type fragrances, and it smells to me like if you've purchased the Indie Vendor Wax online, there's a mojito fragrance oil that a lot of them use, and that smells dead on to this. Yeah, it's almost like it's got a minty, sugary, I don't want to say mint. It doesn't, because that would mislead people. Anyway, but most of us know this fragrance. By the end of it, I just didn't care for it anymore. Oh, and there is a reason why I'm getting rid of this one before it's completely, there's a couple reasons why I'm getting rid of this before it's completely gone. One is that this, the rest of this wax was starting to liquefy completely, and I really don't like letting the candle get that low, these 2-wick tumblers get that low, just because they burn the wicks. The flames on the wicks get really high, and it kind of makes me nervous. The other reason is that now I associate it with something not very happy. Okay, and same thing here, kind of. This is Fruit Fusion in one of their perfect pillars. This is one of those scents that smells the same as like Tutti Frutti and Cherry Lemonade to me. Or at least it's similar enough that I don't really feel like I need to have it. I mean, it burned fine. This one actually didn't give me too much trouble with soot. But yeah, again, I was burning this when, you know, I had tragedy. So okay, then Bahama Breeze. This one, I've been trying to get rid of this freaking candle for years. And I got this when it first came out. This is 2010. And to be honest with you, I like the scent. I prefer it in like a wax form because I just think that it doesn't smell that great in candle form because of the flames combining with the oils. So, and this is back when the tumblers were still in the marbled wax. It's like a guava, I don't know what else is supposed to be in here, pineapple kind of scent. I'm finally going to let myself get rid of this thing because why should I suffer through it? And I think it's gotten to the point where all of the wax has liquefied, so that makes it a little bit easier for me to throw a candle out. Then I have Lemon Lime. Man, I finished a lot of Yankees this time around, didn't I? When did I get this? This is the 2011 pour. This one, it's funny because for a while I really, really liked this scent. I found that it's kind of like a lemon lime, like 7-Up or Sprite kind of scent, but it's not as syrupy sweet. This to me smells more like natural and authentic. But as I finished it, I don't know. I had a sparkling mojito wallflower in my kitchen, so I was burning a lot of lime scents to go with that. And I think I just kind of got sick of lime by the time I finished with it. But yeah, it's a pretty nice one. I don't know that I'd get it again, but oh man, I hate to throw this away because I think it would be one that I would enjoy again if I put it away for a while and pulled it back out. Oh, this is Pure Radiance, a medium size in Citron. Another one I didn't quite finish. This smells identical to Margarita Time to me. And in fact, I'm very glad that I did not get a large size of this because, yeah, I don't know. I wish I'd known, but this was one that I couldn't smell. I don't think I could smell this one before I ordered it, so I didn't know. Is that all the Yankees? I think so. Okay, so from Goose Creek, I have Strawberry Jam. And this one was another one. This took for freaking ever to get through, despite the fact that it has 2 wicks. And I struggled. This was a pain to burn because you see how the wicks are kind of like tilted, and it doesn't look so bad now, but the whole time that the candle was burning, these wicks were leaning over towards, where the label is. And I was just so worried that it was going to cause, the candle to explode because the glass would get too hot. So there were several times where after I blew the candle out, I think I used chopsticks and like stuck 2 chopsticks by the wicks to keep them, to like prop them up while the wax was hardening. So yeah, it was kind of a pain. The scent is fine. I think there was a period of time where I didn't enjoy it some of the way down, like until I got halfway, and then I liked it a little bit more as it got further down. But it's, strawberry jam kind of scent. It's sweet, tiny bit creamy, definitely a candy-like scent. I don't think that I would purchase it again just because there's so many other similar fragrances out there. And from Bath & Body Works, I finished Brazilian Blue Waters. This is from, I think, 2015. There's something about this scent that reminds me of the 90s, and I don't know what it is. Like, it reminds me of being a kid in the 90s. I just don't know if I don't want to say it's similar to like the Cool Water cologne or perfume or whatever, because I can't stand that scent. That was very popular. That was released in the 90s and was very popular. Maybe it is. I don't know. But it's kind of a nostalgic scent for me for some reason that I can't put my finger on. But it's like a sweet blue fragrance. You'll know it. This year it was released as Turquoise Waters. But yeah, there isn't much of like a saltwater note in there. Wait, what is this? What is... Oh, I don't know what that's in there. Oh yeah, this one. So this was my first ever front porch candle. Or one of my first ever front porch candles I purchased in 2012. And when this arrived at my house, the jar was actually broken. So I took it out and I put it in a Bath & Body Works 3-wick jar. And what is this scent? I want to say that this is like Cake Shop or something. I don't remember the name. And it's an okay scent for me. There's some kind of note in the front porch wax that... Something about the smell of the wax base that I don't like. Yeah, so this is kind of similar to, if you want something to compare it to, I don't know, like Vanilla Pound Cake from Swan Creek, maybe? I think Vanilla Pound Cake is better than that scent, though. And I have Raspberry Sun Tea. This is an old one. I don't remember what year this was. So 2012, maybe? So this refreshingly bright and fruity, delicious blend of Darjeeling tea, sugared raspberries, and juicy peach. This candle started off burning terribly for me. I mean, puny wick syndrome like mad. And I just kept, I think I cotton balled it once maybe, and had it burning in a candle sleeve, and it finally corrected itself, and I actually did kind of enjoy the scent towards the end more so than I did in the beginning. It's, yeah, like I guess raspberry combined with a white tea. Let's see how it compares to red raspberry. I definitely like Raspberry Sun Tea better than red raspberry. Yeah, red raspberry smells a little bit more artificial. I don't know, it's kind of a relaxing, fruity fragrance. It's unique. I have an appreciation for that. Okay, then I have a mason jar in Sundress. I actually picked this up during the Bath & Body Works semi-annual sale, right before the semi-annual sale when they marked down a bunch of the mason jars, 50% off. I had actually the wick was off center for this one, but I didn't have any trouble burning it. I did burn this in a bathroom where I have a sundress wallflower plugged in, so I can't really say how much of the scent came from the wallflower versus the candle. And yeah, it was fine. I have a 3-wick in this that I should burn, but I just love the way that it looks. It was from the first release of it, where there's like a pretty flower. I think it's like the Garden Party collection. There's a pretty flower on the label. And it's just so nice to look at that I can't get myself to burn it. And then from Goose Creek, I finished this mason jar in Beach House. This burned really fast. It burned really well. The scent itself, again, this is one I burned in my bathroom that I didn't go in very frequently, so I can't really say how strong it was or how well it did. The scent, it's supposed to be like a coconut. What else is in here? So coconut and something. It's very fresh, clean. It smells similar to something else that I know. Really, the only reason I got this was because I think it was on sale really cheap. Maybe like $5 or $6. And I needed something to get me to 100 to get free shipping. So I put this in there. And yeah, I mean, it's okay. It was fine. But like, look at it, performed really well. There's like no soot on this thing. So... okay, and I think that's it. Yeah, so that's it for candles. I know in my last candle empties video, I talked about doing a wax melt empties. And there were a couple people that said that they would like to see me do that again. That was the intention, to do them kind of in the middle of the month. But I ended up having to put one of my dogs down on the 16th. And... I kind of just lost interest in doing this. I'm only just now like feeling like I'm starting to enjoy life somewhat again. Yeah, it was a really sad situation because I adopted him in February, and my mom, she does like rescue. She works with a rescue group. She fosters the animals and like helps them get adopted. And she had him for a while. Somebody had abandoned him. He had heartworms. So the rescue group got him, and he went through heartworm treatment. And so he was over at my parents' house while he was going through treatment. And I just kind of started taking a liking to him. And, you know, I had to put another one of my dogs down in November. Another one of my dogs, the one that I had for like 10 years, that was Jenna. She died in November. I think she had a heart attack. I didn't have to put her down or anything. But that was a difficult situation to go through. And, you know, I have another one, but... for some reason, like, I just got attached to this dog and I wanted to keep him. Or I thought he might be a good dog to have because he was just really affectionate, really sweet. And my boyfriend Derek was against it at first, and I eventually convinced him to let us keep him. And in fact, Derek named him Smokey because of his coloring. He was like white and gray and black. And, so yeah, we adopted him in February, and he was fine one day, and the next day he wasn't. He was laying around the house. He wasn't doing anything. I told Derek to take him to the vet while I was at work one day, because he works from home, and he was able to, you know, he's got a more flexible schedule than I do. So, he called me when he was at the vet and told me that right before he took him to the vet, he would become paralyzed in his back legs. And the vet recommended doing x-rays. So we had x-rays done, and she was looking at him, and she said she thinks that he ruptured a disc in his back somehow, and like he had some kind of mineral deposits along his spine that were kind of a precursor to him doing more damage to his spine. She said there was a surgery we could have done for like, it was going to cost like $3,000 to $5,000. You know, something we could consider. And I said, okay, well, you know, and at the time I didn't even want to think about like euthanization. But I said, let's go get another opinion. You know, I want to see what somebody else will say. So we took him to another vet, and that vet basically said the same thing, and that the surgery was only gonna have like a 50% success rate, and then, you know, we might actually lose him in surgery. And so he recommended keeping him overnight in a, like, confinement, and seeing what would happen. So if he would get better in the morning. And of course the next morning we call and he's worse. And the vet actually recommended us putting him down. So we went to go get him, and like, it was absolutely clear to me that that was the right thing to do, because he was in so much pain. We couldn't even pick him up. So we had to let him go. And I can't believe it. I'm just so heartbroken and angry that it came to this so soon. Like, you know, he was only like 5 years old. It wasn't like he was an old dog. So anyway, yeah, it's been really, really hard. When I come home, I really been trying to not spend a lot of time at home, because it's just hard to be here without him here. So, anyway, sorry for that. I don't normally talk about, like, get personal, but this is something that has hit me so hard that, I don't know, I just feel like I want to talk about it, and I need to, and, yeah, it's something that's just put kind of a damper on all of this, and it's so frustrating. It is so frustrating. So, anyway, again, I'm sorry that that I'm sharing this with you. It's, I don't know, like I said, I just felt like I needed to. So, anyway, so if you don't see me frequently doing more videos, it's, you know, that's kind of one of the reasons. But anyway, I'll see how I can do. Fall's coming up, and there's going to be a lot of stuff. In fact, I just did a Bath & Body Works haul where I picked up some of the, I was going to say new fall fragrances, but they're not really new. I think they're all, well, there's maybe like one or two that are new. So I'm hoping, like, with fall coming up, I'll get, I'll be more excited again. And share some more stuff with you guys. I really didn't do too much hauling during semi-annual sale. I was just kind of at the point where I'm like over spring and summer, just ready for, some cozy scents. And yeah, so hopefully, I always say this, it seems like every time I make plans to give you guys more videos, like, something happens, and I just, I just don't feel like doing it. But yeah, hopefully I'll get back into it with fall stuff coming up. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this and don't mind me sharing a little bit of, you know, personal tragedy with you. And yeah, just of course, let me know if you have any questions or want more information about some of these candles that I burned. And thank you as always for watching. Bye.